Please let this be a normal field trip with a friend. No!
Hey guys, welcome back to another YouTube video on my channel. Today I'm actually at a shooting range and we're going to talk about my top 15 favorite SMGs. Pretty odd timing, but I just decided I want to make this video, so we're going to go with number 15. And yes, number 15 is the PPSH. I actually try not to like popular SMGs that much because everybody seems to like them, like the MP5, the MP7, the PPSH, the MP40, and the Thompson, which the PPSH is probably the only popular gun on this list. Everything else is either just irrelevant or straight up obscure. But with the PPSH, I kind of have a semi-long history with it because I didn't actually play World of War in its lifetime, which really sucked, but I remember playing Call of Duty World War II. This was before I got the PPSH and BO3, just so everybody knows. When I played with it in Call of Duty World War II, it did a lot of damage and it shot really slow. And due to everybody using it at the launch of the game, I ended up hating the gun. Until eventually, a couple years later, then Cold War came out with the PPSH, and I fell in love with it again, all over again. I remember beforehand and now that I just love the PPSH because it shot really quick and it's just kind of a cool gun. Now let's go to number 14. Number 14 is the M45. I remember I originally liked this gun, technically the M76 version from Battlefield, but I think that might have also been the M45. I just liked the gun because once Vanguard added it, I was like, you know what, that gun looks really cool. It's kind of an odd continuation with how I like SMGs. It's like, if they're added to either Fallout or Call of Duty, I all of a sudden like the gun. Some guns aren't even in video games and I like them. You'll definitely see that later in this list, though. But with the M45, I just like how cool it looks. It's got a nice green tint to it. Maybe on some models, technically. Some are just normal steel, but I kind of like how it looks. I think with most SMGs, I prefer a wood finish rather than just flat polymer. The only exception to polymer finishes on guns I like is the M16, but to number 13 we go. Okay, number 13 is the Sub 2000. I also completely forgot to mention how I even got out of the Backrooms. Turns out there is an exit. That was anticlimactic, and the fact I had to search for like an hour and a half, but I actually love the Sub 2000 due to how it's actually built. It's like a mix between a machine pistol and a carbine. I just love how it's built, and I remember seeing, I just said that was dumb, and I was watching a Payday 2 video, and I eventually had to look it up, and it's a pretty good looking gun. Let's just go to 12, that was just a waste of a number. And number 12, which is the MPL, basically a less clouded MP5. I actually like the gun because of how it looks. Again, I'm pretty sure most of this is actually on freaking looks because I've never shot any of these once. Which I'm sad about because I'd love to shoot all 15 of them even though I'm at a freaking shooting range. But the MPL, I think it just is, it's like beautiful. It's got like this steel aesthetic to it. It's got a wire stock, which I'm not 100% okay with, but also I just don't like the fact that they always seem to mess up the iron sights for this gun. Like, I don't think it's as butchered as it is in real life. But honestly, I can't wait till Call of Duty or another game literally gets the MPL right. And I just love how, like, the freaking bolts like that and the freaking magazine's like 32 rounds. It's kind of it. Let's go to number 11. Number 11, the Stenmark 5. This gun is not exactly as popular as the normal Sten because when people think about the Sten, it's the Mark 1 or the Mark 2, but again, I just love the Stenmark 5 due to the fact that it's got like a more wooded texture. It's not like this weird pipe looking thing that just looks like just someone's broken foot. I actually like the fact that there's a handle and a stock, which is nice to have on an SMG. I actually love side feeding SMGs or guns in general. I also like the H15 but if you guys want it, I'll make a top 15 rifles I like. But for the Stenmark 5 is specific is actually really good. I remember when it first got added to BO3, I was hyped because gun looks really cool. Yeah, just like a wood furniture. Now let's go to number 10, I think. Number 9, the North 180. I would use its actual name, but that name is disgusting, so I'm just gonna go for the North 180. I gave it the name because it's honestly better, but I love the fact that as a 22 SMG, 22 caliber SMG, they literally had like the best idea for how it would look. I like its top-fed nature, and it's like its SMG Lewis. Again, I like wood furniture along with proper steel. You can actually pick if you want the bolt on the left or the right, because I've seen both of those for this gun. It has a really high ammo capacity. I remember playing Fallout New Vegas and I fell in love with it from there. And I actually just love how the gun looks. Pretty good gun, honestly. Let's go to number 8. Number 8 is the PM63. This is technically a machine pistol, but I'm going to count some machine pistols in this list, honestly. I just love how it looks, again, because that's kind of how I'm basing this thing off. I like the nice black with it, and it just seems like a really, really compact SMG. It's like if a pistol and an SMG basically, let's say, procreated properly. I like that you can actually adjust its magazine size, and the thing I'm only pissed about is the shape of the barrel, because I remember playing Cold War in Black Ops 1, and I noticed that the barrel looked like it was broken, and I'm like, why does it look like this? I have no clue. I don't know if it's literally a design detail that should have been ironed out throughout the prototypes, but I also like it's an open bolt. Let's go to number 7. Number 7, the Madsen M1945. This is what I talked about by completely obscure. This one's not even in any video games, but I still love the gun in general. I love how it literally is like a straight horizontal line of a gun. It's like you're holding a rifle, but, it's an SMG. I actually love how the handguard is gripped too, because it has that little sway to it. It's got that little straight up cut. The magazine, it's odd looking with the magazine well too, but I'm thinking if you could put a drum mag on there or a double drum, that'd be look freaking fantastic on it. It's also a full stock SMG, which I also kind of like. Um, Again, if I shot some of these guns, I could probably talk way more about how they feel and how they control. But let's go to number 6 or 7, I think. Order Bob Disable Pants here. Number 6 is the SMG mod I really want to come to follow for Xbox, is the Kipperus. This gun is overall just fantastic looking. It has this straight up build to it. You can have multiple stocks on it. I like how the magazine and the grip go along with each other. The grip is a really nice, beautiful red color. The barrel, I also wish had this beautiful red handguard with it, but some people can just dream. It's also like the PPSH to an extent, because the bolt's on the right side, but the ejection port's on top. And I just love how the gun looks in general. Let's go with number 5. Number 5, the mowers. This one is a Polish SMG made in World War II, and I actually like it for its unique build. It's all a big wooden stock thing, but you got the foregrip before the magazine, which is basically a very different with a lot of other guns. It's got this very neat look to it, and it's got a graded barrel, which I do also like. And 24 round mag, Polish built, and it's pretty good. I just like how it looks. It's a pretty beautiful looking gun. Let's go with number 4. Number 4, the M42. This is a UK gun, but it's really cool looking. It's like a Thompson and maybe an MP5 in some way, but it's got a 20 round mag. It's got a foregrip in the front, which looks really cool with the barrel that goes along with it. It's nice and wood. It's a World War II one, because World War II seemed to have the best SMGs I could find. And it's basically a Thompson of some type. I can't exactly put my finger on why I love it, but it just looks really good. Let's go number 3. I'm going to be speed blitzing the rest of the list, I guess. Number 3, the H15 Hill. I actually love how this gun, I even discovered this gun. It was actually before Cold War released, and I was trying to figure out what guns would I think should be in the game. And I watched a video from J-Man Time, and he was talking about the H15 Hill, basically a P90 from the 1950s. Shoots 9mm, is just as big as an Uzi, and it maybe has a 40 round mag. I can never find the exact magazine size, but I just love the gun because of how retro and how neat it actually is. It's like a pre-P90. And the fact that there's also a model that's wood stock, like, again, like I do like wood furniture a lot more than polymer. And the fact that exists, that just makes it even cooler. I feel like if they can remake the H15 Hill, like, imagine if they rebuilt it like a modern SMG, but with wood, of course. I would think that would be straight up awesome. I like the fact that it's just a pre-P90. But we're going to go number two. Number two, the Zing Zao. I just love how this gun is. It's a Chinese copy of the MP28, but with the magazine downwards, which kind of counteracts the fact that I like guns with the side mounted magazine or side feeding. But this is an exception. It looks even better with that, and I actually just love how the gun looks in its built. It's basically, I'm assuming the wood would be yellow. I don't know if the picture has this yellow, but it's like maybe orange or brown. But I like it with yellow and a nice dark metal color. Having a Chinese built wet SMG like that just makes it look a lot better. And I just love the whole aesthetic of the gun itself. Now let's go to number one, my favorite SMG. And finally, number one, which is the Kipperus Vector. The Vector has been my favorite SMG since BO2 came out. I just love how it has one of the most unique designs I've ever actually seen in a gun. You got this very oddly shaped like magazine, well, receiver, whatever you call it. It's like the middle section. You got a magazine in the very front, bolt in the left. Got a trigger guard, which is also like a hand grip or a guard, whatever. You got a nice folding stock, and the color palette is just immaculate. The first half is an OED desert color, and the rest is like a gray metal color. It's got really good iron sights, and I heard that its recoil is actually inverted, which means it shoots down instead of up. And I just love the fact that how the gun is even built in general. I think there should be like just 45, 40, 9mm, and 380s. You just get all of them calibers together, or 10mm, just all of that with vectors, and you have, it is just a beautiful gun in general. Very modular, great in general. Even there could probably even be a rifle variant, and I'd love it. And I just love just how the gun is. It just is pretty much near perfection. And now let's go to our honorable mentions. I'm only going to have 5 SMGs up because I like most SMGs. Some don't look so well, and some are just either too popular, which means they're crap, like the MP5. I do not like an MP5. But we got the UMP45, the P90, the MP41, the PPSH and the Nambu Type 1. Those are all just really cool looking guns in general. If I think I did 10 instead of 5, I'd have also added the Scorpion, the MP34, and the Nambu Type 2, the Kalashnikov 1942, and maybe something else. But I hope everybody enjoyed this video. This video just came out of freaking nowhere. I actually put a lot of effort for a video that just came out of nowhere. And to end off this video, we're going to look at Bo Jiden's brain explode.
America is a nation that can be defined in a single word. I was going to put